programs or what you're looking to do when you graduate from high school.
Horticulture.
What was that?
Horticulture.
Okay. Anybody else?
Veterinarian.
Okay. We have actually a good veterinarian program that's at our College Station location.
Psychology.
Psychology? Someone say psychology? Okay.
Welding.
Welding? Okay, so yeah, that one is more on the technical side. As far as we offer mainly our programs that are, try to think of how to word it. Basically, you have your workforce field, and then you have your courses that are just transitioning as far as on bachelor degree programs. So, but that's still very great. Anybody else?
From this side of the room? Anyone? With the R&D? A bartender, okay? Let's hear it. What is it?
Well, still some.
We're gonna do some career exploration with this group later.
Okay. Well, really, we have several different programs, and we even have programs that may lead to, careers as far as the medical field and so forth, teaching as well. So just really want to get your gears going and start thinking about what that would look like in the future for you guys. And again, just share some information to be able to provide the information, but also give you the knowledge that you need, especially when it comes to the financial piece of it. Because a lot of people tend to steer away from it for a while because they think, oh, it's expensive to go to school, but there's a lot of different financial aid opportunities, scholarships. We offer about 36 different institutional scholarships to students. And it's not just a scholarship that you can apply one time and receive it. You can apply for each semester and be able to get those funds. So that's really our goal, to be able to get that education and it to be affordable to students. So just again, going back to the transfer portion of it, CTC, Temple College, we have people from Austin Community College, pretty much anywhere where you can get your lower level credits, and then you would just, again, transition to us. But we really just want to start now, that interaction with you guys, and make sure you have the information that you need to be successful. Any questions? You guys are quiet. Well, I have some information that I wanted to make sure that you guys have. Like I said, you can feel free to come up and talk to me one-on-one if you'd like. And we have our Warrior Preview Day that's actually coming up next week. So if you don't feel comfortable now asking any questions, you can always register for our Warrior Preview Day. It is virtual this year, obviously with COVID, but it's still going to be a virtual tour. We're going to have some good speakers on there. We'll also have some students who are currently attending the university who will be on there to talk to you guys as well. So it's a pretty cool event, and it's for 2 days, the 21st and the 22nd, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So that way, if your parents would like to join, they can be a part of it as well. So just wanted to make sure you guys have that also.
Do y'all offer courses online as well as in person?
We do, yes. Thank you for asking that. So we currently have 15 of our programs offered online. Some of our other programs, like social work, will not be because it requires you to be in the field and gain that experience. But when you're looking at the education programs or history, mathematics, accounting, business is a very popular one online. We even have an aviation program that is online as well. That one's very popular at our university. So, yeah, we do have that. It just depends on the program that you'll be interested in, which, I have a list of all our programs here. And just keep in mind, again, the ones that aren't, we're adjusting things right now due to COVID, but eventually we're progressing to go back to in the classroom. So that way we can gain as much experience from it. Yes, ma'am.
I know Central Texas College has the culinary arts. Can you go on to Texas A&M and culinary arts?
Unfortunately, we do not have that one here. No, there's some programs that we're looking to review the accreditation for and see if we can. We're a smaller campus.
Oh, yeah.
So we're still growing. We're fairly new. We're about 10 years old. So, hopefully we can grow and end up having that program because I think it would be very successful. Any other questions?
If I take the classes at Central Texas College and I picked an actual program, will all of my courses at CTC transfer to you?
That is an awesome question. Majority of them will. Now, if we go back to the gentleman back here who is interested in welding, they have that at CTC, but of course, again, because that is not a program that we would offer on the technical aspect. But if you take credits that are what we call vocational credits or technical credits, we still take that into consideration when reviewing your application to attend our university if you want to change your major. So that's a really good question. So majority of the core classes do transfer. It just depends on your electives and technical credits. Yes.
For your programs that require field placements, do you assist with those placements or are those up to the students to find?
So another really great question. We do. Now again, because we're an upper level university, typically most of our programs you would already have that experience. So I'll give an example. For a school that's more private, that specialize in just the workforce nature would have those career placements and they would issue them out. But for social work, go back to that one, yes, we would assist because we would do an internship.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, so like what would be an example of vocational or technical credits?
So, I had a student recently who went to CTC for cosmetology. And they were interested in business, which is smart because you want to eventually go and transition to owning your own business. When reviewing her application, and it wouldn't be an admissions person specifically, it would be our processing team, they come back and they explain to me, okay, this student still needs more credit hours because they have this number of electives or technical credits, and then they have this many number of credit classes. So an example of that would be if she's getting that degree, and she has to have 60 hours in order to fulfill that degree, and we require 30 to attend our university. If she had 40 of those were specifically electives for that degree, and 20 were just core, then she wouldn't be able to get in because she still is missing those 10 credit hours to be able to get in. So it really goes back to the core classes. You know, your basics, mathematics, physics, composition 1 and 2. Those are the ones that across the line, basically throughout Texas, that you would need to be admitted, unless you're going into a 4-year university, which they'll have those lower level courses. Does that help answer your question? Okay.
So Texas A&M University, that is a 4-year university, correct?
Correct. So Texas A&M University in College Station is a 4-year university. So we do have some students who end up going there and then they move here due to being closer to family or whatever the case may be. They still would have to apply because we're still our own entity. Yes.
Okay, and so being a four-year university, if the student graduates, with a 22 credit plan, the minimum high school plan,
Right.
would they be able to go to Central Texas, or would they need to start at CTC?
They would need to start at CTC. Another great question. Unless we have some students now who are actually still in high school, and they're applying for fall because they plan on taking the remaining credits during the summer. So that is another option. Good questions. Any other questions? Well, I thank you guys for, taking the time to listen and ask questions, and, again, even if you don't ask me today, feel free to come up here. I have some info cards if you don't mind filling out, and you can reach out to me that way, or my business card, or again, next week, Warrior Preview Day, because that will be really neat to just be able to at least, even if you're not interested in attending, it's still nice to go to that event, because that way you can just learn information about the university, see the campus, get some ideas of maybe somewhere else you would be interested in too. All right. Thank you so much for having me, Ms. Lauren. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming out, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. If you all have questions you just didn't wanna ask in a group, you're welcome to
Yes.
go to the table and ask questions or look at the information that she has here. If not, you're welcome to go back to